Hi guys, this is Insane Jestress, and I am here to talk about one of the most amazing horror movies I have ever seen in my entire life. I just went to the midnight showing tonight, and it was incredible. Hang on a sec. Hello?
Hello, Sydney.
My name's not Sydney, it's Sandy. May you have a wrong number? So, as you guys can tell, I'm fine. The blood on the knife was this lovely corn syrup. Same thing Billy Loomis used in Scream 1. And our ghost face for tonight was...
Hey y'all, BeamerDJ02 here. Just letting you guys know that we'll be posting this actually in the morning, so last night at midnight, did we go see Scream 4?
Oh, yes we did!
And boy, have we been waiting for this forever. I mean, I actually kind of saw the trailer, and then I pointed it out to Sandy, and she was like, oh my god, we gotta go see this.
Yeah, I saw the first 3 Screams when I was 18. I'd never even heard of them before, and I fell in love. And I actually had heard there might be a Scream 4 on a chat board a long time ago. And then Jamie Kennedy confirmed it finally, who was Randy in the first 3 Screams. And I have been waiting for this forever.
And what sucks is, needless to say, Jamie Kennedy wasn't even in this, but we do have a spiritual successor, thank God.
Yes, we must have Randy successors.
And his name happens to be Eric Knudsen. Thank God he actually is not only a horror film buff, but he also has his own vlog. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Live stream while you're at school. Dude, get a life. Get a girlfriend. But anyway, I am glad this came out around my birthday. I know. Hey, I'm turning 27. Come on. Hollywood's got to throw me a bone here for crying out loud.
Yes, well, I'd say they did.
Yes, and just so you guys know, if you guys are hardcore movie fans and you don't want to be spoiled by the ending of anything,
skip.
Stop watching now. Skip to the end so that
yeah, we'll
where
have
we rate
a
the
link
movie.
in the doodly-doo.
Yes, doobly-doo. Both her page and my page. So that way, if you are subscribed to her and you want to see what I'm up to, or vice versa, you guys can actually check us out.
Technically, I meant we'll have a link to where we should skip to.
Oh, yeah, right. Duh. Hey, don't hit me.
Okay, so just spoiler warning. If you do not want this movie ruined, skip now. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. We're assuming anyone who doesn't want it spoiled is gone. So, Ryan, what was your favorite death scene?
I would happen to say, and, there were so many freaking gruesome deaths.
Yeah.
But, I'm sure you might have to agree with me on this one.
Yeah?
Anthony getting stabbed in the forehead with a knife.
Oh, yes. That's actually probably mine, too.
And I have to admit, his famous last words, F. Bruce Willis.
Yes, that was hilarious.
As he was trying to swing at an imaginary ghost face.
Yes. They had been... It references in the movie. You guys will see.
But my second favorite, and yes, this is actually, this is actually a teaser back to Scream 1. Olivia having her guts spilled out on the bed.
Ah, yes, that was the first really gory one. Yeah, for me, my first favorite would be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it was nasty, guys. It was just I mean, brains and blood, kind of like brain matter, kind of pouring out onto his face. It was disgusting.
Not to mention his discombobulation because of the stabbing.
Yeah, and he stayed alive for like 2 minutes, and it was awful. And I was all up. I was like, ah!
Yes, she was cringing against my left shoulder.
Yes. My second favorite would have to be actually, what was her name? Jennifer. The first death scene where the guy is hiding in the closet and comes out after her.
You mean the big blonde who ran up the stairs instead of running out the front door?
No, not her. The one who had her gut spilled out on the bed eventually.
Oh, that's Olivia.
Olivia, thank you.
You chose the same too.
Yes, okay, fine. Yes, so those are probably the best 2 death scenes. Okay, favorite scene altogether.
I'm gonna have to say, actually, this is really odd, but, Stabfest.
Stabfest. Good choice, actually.
Yes, especially, I'm sorry to...
My voice just did something funny.
I'm sorry to say this, but how the, Stabfest scene ended, yes, this is a spoiler, Dewey comes in and saves the day. He shoots at Ghostface.
Dewey saves the day in Stab 3.
Yes, but there was a casualty.
Yes.
Gail Weathers getting stabbed in the shoulder.
And that was really sad because for a while we thought she was going to die.
Yes.
This movie had a lot of tragedy, I'd say. I felt a lot more even than the previous 3. And the Scream franchise has always been about, it's been about humor mixed with horror, but also kind of dealing with the tragedy that's left behind after all the blood gets cleaned up.
Yes, survivor's guilt.
Right. And I think that this one definitely had even more of that than usual. Everyone was older and had been dealing with the shit for so much longer. Can I say that on YouTube?
We can tweak it, but
We'll
don't
bleep it.
Don't use F and S and all the other cuss words.
I'll bleep it.
At least try to.
Dear God, this is a long video.
Yeah, we're already at 6 minutes. Oh my God.
We're gonna have to cut it.
No. We'll just keep going. I'm sure everybody likes, hearing us ramble on for about 10 minutes.
Like Randy!
Yes,
Randy Meeks fan club.
Yes, and just like, the first 3 Scream movies, there are rules to the 4th, 5th, and possibly 5th and 6th movies.
Right, because it is going to be a new trilogy. At least that's what we've heard.
Which means relaunch rules apply. Main characters can and may be killed.
Right. The new rules appear to be that all bets are off unless you're gay, and then you get to live, maybe.
Damn, that means I'm fucked.
Okay, we are gonna have to bleep.
Oh, I'm sure we can put something on the front of the video saying rated L for strong. Only watch this video because of strong language. But Sandy, please. But as we said before, spoiler warning. We mean it this time. If you don't want to hear how the movie ends and who Ghostface is, scroll to the end now. I mean it. We're not giving you a countdown. Scroll to the end now.
Now. All right.
Okay, so as in all Scream movies, the killer reveals himself in the final act.
And in this one, there were 2 killers.
Nope. 3.
No, we have multiply. We're still in discussion of this. I say there were 2 because he's relying on the Scream Wiki, which is obviously wrong.
Yes, that is false. The Scream Wiki is false and bi-curious. I'm sorry. You guys need to You guys need to get your information right.
Yeah, what we think is they probably got falsely leaked script, a fake script to throw us off the track. Yes,
and I'm sorry to say this, but my God, Rory Culkin, youngest brother to Macaulay and Kieran Culkin, i.e. Kevin McAllister and Wallace Woods from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, their younger brother one of the ghost faces.
All right, you can say that. Okay, so what? Okay, how are we gonna? He might be a ghost face. We're not sure. He's the guy who is one of Randy's two successors.
Charlie Walker.
Yes. And then their on-screen names were Robbie and
Charlie.
Right.
The president and vice president of the cinema club. They both have extensive horror movie knowledge.
Right, and they are Randy's two successors because Randy's awesomeness cannot be conveyed simply by one person. And it's like, if you've seen Death Note, it's like L. He has to be replaced by Mello and Nier because
his awesomeness cannot be contained in just one vessel.
Right.
Now, surprise Ghostface.
Well, first we didn't say who the other Ghostface is.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The surprise Ghostface.
No, I mean...
I'm getting to it, Sandy.
All
Give me a
right.
chance. Now, you know how most Ghostfaces are motivated either by revenge, peer pressure, or the cinema. Not the case of this Ghostface, the one who masterminded it. Jill Roberts.
Yes.
I.e., Emma Roberts. Julia Roberts' little niece, who ain't so little and ain't so sane.
Did you just say Julia Roberts?
Yes.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
You didn't see the family resemblance?
No, I didn't. Okay.
But-
I'm not sure if you're punking me.
But yes.
Yes.
Jill Roberts.
Is the killer. Yes, we know. Everybody thinks she's gonna be the new Sydney. She is not. And it's amazing. It was the most amazing scene for me because I was suspecting everybody in the entire movie. I even suspected Sydney. I thought, Sydney finally cracked and went crazy. And then because Jamie Kennedy said at one point that he might be in it, I thought, Randy faked his own death somehow and came back. I was suspecting everybody in the whole world except Jill. And it is the best twist ending I've ever seen.
Especially when in the ICU.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. If, this, gets my honorable mention for most gruesome death.
Clear?
Defibrillation pedals to the head.
Yes, that was amazing. Oh, and we forgot to mention the third or second killer, Charlie.
Second killer was Charlie, but probable third killer, the one they were actually going to pin it on,
Was
Trevor. Jill's ex.
Yeah, but, so motivation, real quick, because we are really running into long videos now. Motivation for Jill was she was seeking fame. She wanted to be like Sydney. She wanted, this instant fame, this instant survivor status and hero status, kind of like what Cotton kind of wanted in the second one. And, all of them seem to have a little bit of that, especially, Cotton, Mickey. Cotton wasn't a killer, of course, but
He actually saved.
But I just mean that a lot of people in Scream 2 and Scream 3 were fame-seeking, and that was Jill's motivation, and may I say, she is scary.
And she actually pulled it off. She got her 15 minutes, but then, end of the movie.
Yeah, but she was terrifying. She mutilates herself. Oh, and she kills Charlie. And the whole thing is just, she is so terrifying. Just watching how cold-blooded and, how numbed the pain she is when she's mutilating herself to make it look like she got beat up.
And stabbed.
And
clawed, and her hair pulled out.
Yeah, it is terrifying. Charlie's motivation, by the way, was that he loved her. Mm-hmm. And, of course, she turns on him and kills him. Okay, so, now we are... And spoilers, right?
Yes, and spoilers. If you guys suffered through the entire, 13-minute long rant that we just did, good job.
Yay.
If you guys skipped to the end,
oh, wow.
Shame on you. You miss on a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Anyway, final rating for you.
Final verdict for me. I love the plot. I love the psychological twists and turns. You don't know who Ghostface is until the end of the movie. Keeps you guessing. I even thought it was Kirby.
Yeah?
Yes, I thought it was Hayden Panettiere. I mean, come on. Cute girl, knows a lot about horror movies. She should have been Randy Meek's successor, not Robbie. I'm sorry to say this, but Robbie did get, he did nail the head. Hit the nail on the head. I mean, sorry, come on. This is about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm trying to film this.
Yeah, we're filming this at 4:59 a.m. So we're both a little out of it.
But anyway, aside from the guessing game was awesome for me. I was on the edge of my seat. That movie had me so enraptured. The story was awesome. A lot of interesting characters, bringing them in for the first time. Mm-hmm. Especially even though some of the characters got killed off. It gave I gained new love for Gale Weathers. I'm sorry, Gale Riley. Gale Riley and Sheriff Dewey are the new Sidney, Gale, and Dewey. Yes, those three should survive until the end of the series.
We're not doing spoilers in this bit.
I know they should survive until the end of the series unless they all get killed off. But anyway, my final verdict: 5 bloody knives out of 5.
Okay, and well, for me, in general, it was amazing. I would like to explain how amazing it is by saying the theater chair was hellified uncomfortable. I was scrunched up into this tiny little corner, and I was in pain. And I am a heavy smoker. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I am a heavy smoker. And 10 minutes into the movie, I stopped feeling the pain. I didn't even think about a cigarette. And my friend who came with us got up to use the bathroom, and I didn't even notice he was missing.
Yeah, his friend fell asleep during the middle of the movie.
Yes, she's only because she's nuts. It was amazing for me. The humor, especially the humor at the beginning, was fantastic, and they made fun of Scream itself. With the stab movies, that was great.
It was also spoofing Saw. How Saw went through 7 movies.
They mention a lot of current horror films instead of doing Friday the 13th and Halloween. They will talk about Saw, and they talk about Shaun of the Dead. Another sort of spoof.
Yeah, a spoof on George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead, but that's sidetracking. That's for another video, guys.
Right.
We'll talk about our favorite horror movies in another time. But right now, your verdict.
Yeah, so I'd say the humor was great. It had me laughing a lot.
The cringeworthy death scenes.
Cringeworthy death scenes were great, not really terrible, most of them. You could go to it if you couldn't go see, Saw or something, but it was definitely still cringeworthy.
Yes,
it's just
is definitely not torture porn.
Yes, let's see. I really like the tragedy element, as I already said. 2 things that I would say I did not like about it were, Randy's not in it, and that it makes me immensely sad because I love Randy, and I know it couldn't be helped, but, his successors were good, but they could not live up to the awesomeness. And the other thing is, I felt like Ghostface's lines were sort of corny at times. Didn't you notice that? Especially in the parking garage. There's this woman, she's claiming she's in the hospital.
And she's in the parking garage.
And he says, if you want, I can put you in the hospital in the morgue. And it's just like, lame. And
yeah, but you gotta remember, the person who was actually calling her was a film geek. So you gotta remember.
Dude, once again, no spoilers. We're gonna have this.
We already freaking told them that one of the Ghostfaces was a film geek.
But we weren't supposed to do. This whole video is a spoiler warning from now on.
Sorry, guys. I thought we were done with the spoiler warnings, but yes, I should have shut up. But
he doesn't shut up ever. No. Okay. My rating overall is still 5 out of 5 bloody knives. Definitely go see this movie. You will love it, and I'm sure this will be a blockbuster hit. I'm sure that I am positive that this will revive the whole Scream franchise. And I heard some people, saying they were just doing this to try and revive the, make a quick buck. And that's not the case. It is magnificent.
But if you guys do download the movie, I am sorry to say this, but Ghostface will come and hunt you down and kill you.
Yes.
He will get you like a fish.
Yes.
So please, go out to the theater, see this movie, and please, if you, suggest this to your friends, people who love
a bunch
films.
of friends and go see it in the theater is the best way to do it because, there's a lot of laughing and a lot of screaming. It's just, it's a great, horror movies are great group events.
Yes.
And, okay, so we're done with the review. One last little thing.
Mm-hmm.
He and I, we are Matsuda You Idiot Productions, and we make several videos, and which will eventually be posted on his and our posted on mine.
Yes.
So shameless plug.
Yes, it is actually, they're basically, Death Note, what do we call them? Fan vids?
Fan vids, yeah. Death Note fan vids. Most of them are pretty funny, so, will be, or are. There's only a few. But
yes.
We will make more. So, that being said, at the 20-minute mark.
Yes, we are finally done with this review. I'm sorry you guys had to suffer through the entire thing. If you guys skipped the spoilers,
What spoilers? You can't skip anything. We're skipping the whole video.
No,
Yeah.
just go to the ratings if you guys wanted to just see what our thoughts on it were. But if you guys sat through the entire video, good job.
Yes, great for you because we went into Film Geek Rant.
But please, subscribe to both of our channels.
Yes. Comment, rate, subscribe, blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Shameless self-promotion. And I'll see you guys with another possible playthrough sometime in the future. I don't know what I'm going to do. Sandy here will be continually posting Death Note fan vids until I finally get the time.
Some other stuff.
Until I finally get the time to post them on mine, so that way, we're going to saturate you guys with as much content as possible on both of our channels.
Okay. And I think that's it. So, bye.
Matane!
Take a little walk to the edge of town and go across the track where the viaduct looms like a bird of doom as it shifts